let's talk about Lyft removing Tesla Model Y from XL and Black.
Yeah.
And
This is a big slap in the, where. Okay, you remember what kind of big deal it was when Lyft removed Lux? Remember? Right? That was like a huge slap in the face of drivers.
Enshittification, my man.
Enshittification? Yeah. I can't wait until Corey is here. You know what we should do? We shouldn't even do topics that day. We should just do Corey for the whole show.
We'll see.
Yeah, we should do that. So this is a good friend of the channel. He's also on Twitter. Also, he's part of Coast to Coast Spaces on Twitter. I highly recommend it. I can't join every week, every Monday. I think it's at 4 p.m. Pacific. I can't join. Once in a while I join. They're all veteran drivers talking shop. Worthwhile your time. Just go listen in. So there was a very well written letter. So this guy, Lelius drives a Tesla Model Y. So Lyft is taking away. No, I do. First of all, I understand when they removed Tesla Model Ys from Lyft Black SUV. I don't think Lyft Model Y is an SUV. Okay, because you're paying SUV, you should get like a Yukon or a Cadillac or something like that. All right, Tesla Model Y is
a bigger one.
Yeah, that's one. So that part I understand. That was a while ago. That was a few months ago that they removed Tesla Model Ys from Black SUV. But now, Lux is gone. A lot of people got stuck, by the way, with Tesla's Model Ys and other cars. Then they removed Lux from the platform, which was like a going between from standard, comfort, Lux, and then Black. And they removed Lux, but then they were able to do Black, Lyft Black. Well, now they're removing Tesla Model Y, specifically Tesla Model Ys from Lyft Black, which I think Tesla Model Y should be able to do Lyft Black without a question. And one other thing, actually, I agree with Lyft on this. There's 7-seat Tesla Model Ys. And the third seat on those things, I'm telling you, you can't even have a 4-year-old sit back there. So I understand why they may be removing it from XL. Okay, that I understand too. But removing it from Black is a horrible decision. Who makes these decisions? I have no idea. How they come up with these ideas and decisions, I have no idea. But Lelius wrote this open letter to Jeremy Bird, who was on the show and who I'm hoping will be on the show again, is an open letter to Jeremy Bird regarding upcoming changes to Lyft Black eligibility. This is very well done. I'm writing to express my deep concern and disappointment regarding Lyft's recent decision to remove the Tesla Model Y from eligibility for Lyft Black without formal notice or adequate explanation. There actually has not been. I confirmed this with drivers. They did not get an email saying or notifying them that the Tesla Model Ys are being removed from Lyft Black. While Lyft has every right to refine its standard, the way this decision was implemented abruptly and without transparency has left many longest-serving, highest-performing drivers feeling sidelined and devalued. It's true that not every Model Y ride may align perfectly with every rider's vision of a luxury experience, but many do, and with consistently high satisfaction. That's because much of what, this is an important paragraph here, so Lyft, listen to this. Actually, Lyft got this, but if you're watching, listen to it. That's because much of what defines a true luxury experience isn't just the vehicle, it's the driver. Professionalism, attentiveness, cleanliness, and consistency are what elevate a ride beyond expectations. And those qualities come from individuals who take pride in their work, not just the vehicle. What most troubling is how this policy disproportionately impacts independent drivers who have invested significantly in their vehicles and in providing outstanding service. In contrast, fleet operators and rental programs will simply swap in different qualifying vehicle, continuing to flood the platform with inconsistent and impersonal service that contributed to rider dissatisfaction in the first place. Your CEO, David Risher, has rightly warned against enshittification, the slow erosion of a platform's value when decisions are driven by optics and short-term positioning. rather than user and contributor experience. Unfortunately, this decision reflects that very dynamic. Removing the Model Y may check a box on branding, but ignores the substance of what truly makes a ride premium while alienating many of your most committed drivers. Next page. If Lyft is serious about service quality, the focus should be on performance-based standards, rider ratings, reliability, and consistency rather than just vehicle specs. Many Model Y drivers have met and exceeded those benchmarks for years. They've upheld Lyft's brand through professionalism and dedication and should not be cast aside in favor of surface-level changes. Lyft has an opportunity to demonstrate that it values excellence and loyalty over superficial optics and window dressing. I urge you to revisit this policy and ensure that high-performing drivers are treated with the fairness and respect they have earned. The only thing that they got is in this in-app message saying that vehicle requirements are changing as of May 30th, and Model Ys are being taken off Lyft Black. I personally know, obviously, this driver. I know a bunch of drivers who have bought Tesla Model Ys to do Lyft Black because they eliminated Lux, and now they're in the cold again. I would like Jeremy to answer this, actually, come on the show and talk about these and a couple other things. I really would like to know the inner workings of what constitute or who makes the, or what, how these decisions are arrived to. I know they have the data, but maybe they can clue us in of how they make these decisions, removing cars willy-nilly, yeah, it was well done, and I think it deserves voice, and I hope we did that.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, one of the things is he's absolutely right when it comes down to saying who is the face of Lyft. It's the driver. The driver is the face. Other than that, it is a logo and an app. So the actual person that's behind it is the driver. If the driver is pissed off because now they're resorting to just Lyft regular rides and they're stuck with a big car note because they were looking at Lux and Black and I mean XL, you could argue yes or no on that one. But you're gonna have a pissed off driver. Actually, you're gonna have many pissed off drivers. And then couple that with decreasing pay. I mean, like some of these that I post on X, they're like 35 cents, 40 cents a mile. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
That drivers are getting paid. And you think that people are going to be okay with that or happy about that? No, they're going to be pissed off. When a driver is pissed off, they're going to give a very bad experience overall to the passengers that get in their car. If you are paying fairly and paying correctly, and I'm not saying like $50 an hour, like some drivers think that they should. No, I'm talking about reasonable and fairness when it comes down to it, to make sure that the coverage of any car costs are already covered with every mile that you drive, plus enough that you are able to make on top of it. So that is where it really needs to be when it comes down to a fair pay. So if that's actually met, a driver is going to be happier because they're actually getting fair treated. They're going to feel like they're heard because everybody's complained about money. And if they came around and said, hey, we're going to start paying you more, we're going to look at a 25% increase right there. Probably a lot of drivers would be a little bit happier. And then that way it's going to translate into happier customers. Happier customers are going to become repeat because they had better experience than maybe on another platform. But again, they're not looking at it that way. They're looking at it as surface level. So do you think shared rides is going to make the platform better or worse? In my opinion, I think it's probably going to make it worse when it comes to airport rides. Do you think that eliminating Tesla Y from Black is going to make the platform better or worse? It's probably going to make it worse. Do you think that eliminating Lux was if in favor of extra comfort? Do you think that is going to make the platform better or worse? Guess what? It made it worse.
Well, but you know, the funny thing is, like, I listened to the earnings call last quarter, and David was talking really highly about the higher platforms being used a lot more now, like Lyft Black and Black SUV. So they're seeing more demand for those types of cars and trips, right? And how does this fall in the face of? I mean, Tesla Model Y is a perfectly luxurious car, as far as I'm concerned. To do black, yes, black SUV, no. XL, probably no. But for black, where somebody is looking to step up from comfort, because comfort is literally like, I don't know, it's like standard anyway. Step up a little bit, but not pay the black SUV numbers as a rider. Yeah, I think this is like, but the way it's done, without any warning and without anything, just okay, we're removing it. These are the types of things that irk the drivers, right? Because now a lot of people, I'm not, look, we always say this: do not go buy a new car or luxury car to do rideshare, because you don't know when they're going to pull the rug on you. You just don't know. You have no control. So, but if you did it, now you're stuck with a note. Now with your Model Y, you can only do comfort and green or extra comfort or standard. Well, yeah, I mean, they feel betrayed, obviously, and that needs to be talked about. I mean, look, Jeremy, what's up? Okay, I mean, you said you'll come on every quarter. It's been 2 quarters. It's time to show up and look. You took the fire on last time. These are questions that needs to be answered. It's not like we're just bitching and moaning about it. We just want to understand the logic behind removing cars on of a platform. Like Uber does it too, by the way. This is not just Lyft. But yeah, this was a surprise to a lot of drivers. And Lyft Black trips pay well. I mean, I know, like our Tony, here in LA, he has and he was very happy doing Lyft Black trips. Now he's not going to be able to do this. Is a Model Y. So, all these things that you guys are doing, okay, as Uber and Lyft, they are not instilling more respect for the companies, and they're not instilling more trust for the companies. The bridges have been burned so many times already. As opposed to working to fix those things, you guys are doing this type of thing without a warning. Up, no more Model Y. I'm like, why? I mean, just let the people know, give them fair warning or something. But anyway, so without harping on too much, yeah, I thought it was well done, well written, and I said it should be on the show. And there you go. It was on the show.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.